Fair use. Fair use. Peace and love. Shalom, shalom, family. Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Rebuke the Culture. That's right. Rebuke the culture. Rebuke the whole damn culture. Now, on this episode, I'm going to be touching a little bit on a story that I didn't really want to cover because it's disgusting. Like, it's disgusting. I didn't want to. I prolonged speaking on this because it's just that disturbing. Like, it really disturbed my spirit. It's just a disgusting story. It's disgusting allegations. And it's disgusting video evidence of what these two people are being accused of. Speaking on the Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears sexual assault lawsuit that they have pending against them. Now, I will not be playing the actual skit. It was hard for me to watch it the first time. So to actually sit up here and play it again and it was disturbing to get through the first time. So I won't be replaying the skit. But it was a skit they made, and I don't know what the intention was. Because they could say the intention was to bring awareness to the behavior of pedos and do it in a comical way. But looking at the skit, I really don't understand the thought process of two adults thinking that anything in that skit was humorous. It was disturbing. It was cringy to watch. And for two adults to be a part of it, and to actually go through with it and to actually release it. Like, I don't understand it. Like, it was, I almost felt bad watching it. Actually watching the clip, like, I felt guilty watching that. So for those two adults to actually be a part of that and release that, I mean, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Now I'm gonna cover this story. I'm gonna try to get through it quickly, because the topic of pedophiles, like, it really angers me. Like, it angers me, and I understand it is a spirit that's taking a hold of people. When they prey on children, when they lust and desire children, I understand that too is a spirit, a demonic spirit. But at the same time, like pedophile, like, I get angry. And maybe that anger stems from me having children of my own. So, like, it just angers me when adults lust after children and seek to take their innocence from them. Like, it really angers me. So I'm going to try to get through this as quickly and efficiently as possible. So let's get into it. Now, this is the statement that Tiffany Haddish released in response to the sexual allegation lawsuit that's been brought upon her. She says, I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. What does she mean by that? Like, does she mean that she has questions as well? Because what possible questions could she have? She was the one involved in this video, in this actual skit. So what questions could she have? Like, she wasn't in the dark about what the video entailed. So how is she right here with us with having a bunch of questions? I don't understand that. She goes on to say, unfortunately, because there is an ongoing legal case, there's very little that I can say right now. But clearly, while the sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all. And I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. But clearly, while this sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all. That alone is a contradiction right there. How can you say clearly the intention was to be comedic, and then the very next line you're saying it wasn't funny at all? How was it clearly intended to be comedic, and then you turn around and say, but it wasn't funny at all? That makes no sense. When was it ever clearly intended to be comedic? Like, that's a contradiction in itself. She goes on to say, I really look forward to being able to share a lot more about this situation as soon as I can. I don't know if Tiffany Haddish came up with this statement herself or a publicist. Honestly, I would hope that she came up with that statement herself, because paying a publicist to come up with that statement is a waste of money, because that statement makes no sense whatsoever. How can you say clearly it was intended to be comedic, and then the very comma, it wasn't funny at all? Like, that's a whole contradiction within itself. Like, that whole statement means absolutely nothing. It did no damage control for your situation or anything. Like, you could have kept that. You could have kept that. No, hold on. I think I get it. You know how when you tell a joke, when you come up with a good joke, And you're like, man, this joint funny. Let me tell other people. But when you tell other people, they don't laugh. They give you that stone cold look like, yo, why you just wasting my time? And then you be like, oh man, you right, that ain't funny. No, you thought it was funny. You originally thought it was funny. But once you tell a joke to other people and you see nobody else is laughing, now all of a sudden you want to withdraw your joke. You want to take your joke back because you realize that you're the only one that laughed at the joke. Nobody else is laughing. So no, you thought that skit was funny. Tiffany Haddish, Aries. Y'all thought it was funny. But when you realize nobody else was laughing, now all of a sudden you want to backtrack. That's what it is. Let's continue.
Just bring your kids to work day like, look at your son, he cute. You gonna be fine when you grow up, little boy, you like round up. You know your son when you bring your kids to work day like, look at your son, he cute. You gonna be fine when you grow up, little boy, you like round up.
Now that was a clip from a stand-up that Tiffany Haddish did where she's clearly telling a pedo joke. I don't care how people try to twist it and double standard it just because it's a female speaking on a male. No. Pedos go both ways. Men and women can be pedos. Period. The double standard is not accepted when it comes to that. Now I'm going to play a clip from The Breakfast Club where Charlamagne the God is pretty much defending Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears for this disgusting skit. Not to say that I'm surprised by him defending it. You know, he is who he is. You know, if you know the things that he's been accused of, not only accused of, but has admitted to. So him coming in defense of these disgusting accusations in that disgusting video, I'm not surprised by it. Listen to him.
That's what she was told that it would be.
Oh. Okay. Oh, they told her that the sketch with Aries Spears was supposed to be about
something else. And so it's the older sister to the young boy that was in the video also. So she's filing that lawsuit on behalf of both herself and her 15-year-old brother, who was 7 at the time, and she was 14 at the time of the taping.
You know, at some point, every industry that has ever been in the content business, whether it's movies, TV, audio, the music industry, comedy, at some point, we have to collectively have a conversation about old content. Because you have older people who act like they don't remember that, sadly, jokes like this, content like this was pretty much the norm. And then you have younger people who can't believe content like this ever existed, but it did. And at some point, we have to have a convo about it. Because if you was creating content in a certain era, which wasn't too long ago, oh my God, this could happen to you.
Now, he pretty much said a whole bunch of nothing. A whole bunch of nothing. And what that shows me is just birds of a feather flock together. That's it. That's all. To try to make an excuse and defend, you know, what was in that video, like birds of a feather flock together. They going to defend one another. They going to stick by one another. And it just is what it is. And it's up to us, the righteous, to stand together and call this stuff out. Because clearly, those people are going to stick together and defend one another. So we got to do what we got to do. And that's rebuke the culture. Because preying on our children exploiting our children, over sexualizing our children has become a part of the culture. And that too needs to be rebuked. Now, in closing, I do want to make a point in raising the question of, where were the parents? Where was the mother? Where was the father when these children were in Aries Spears' home, a grown man's home, shooting this skit? Where was the mother? Where was the father? Because even if you want to give your children the opportunity to live out their dream of being on television, they going for an audition or something to that effect, you as a parent should be able to be present. These are minors. These are minors. You as a parent should demand that you be present on set to see exactly the role your child is playing and auditioning for. There's no reason why you should drop off your minor at an audition or whatever the case may be with adults that you do not know or barely know. I don't care how profile celebrity they are, it don't matter. You should be present on set to see exactly the role your children are playing. You should be right there behind the cameraman and seeing exactly, okay, what is my child doing? Okay, they saying these lines, okay. Okay, they wearing that, okay. Okay, they acting out this scene, okay. They're children. There should be a guardian there to make sure everything is up and up. Period. Now, that's all I have on this topic, on this story. I'm totally against child predators. I'm totally against making jokes and intending to exploit our children for your humor, for your entertainment. I'm totally against it. I find nothing funny about pedo jokes. I find nothing funny about jokes where it comes to harming children, period. I find nothing funny about it. And I have a great sense of humor. And I find nothing funny about it. This has become a part of the culture. It's been a part of the culture. But now is the time to rebuke the culture. Rebuke the exploitation, the over-sexualization of our children. Rebuke it. Thank you, family, for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you like and share this video. Continue to stand on the side of righteousness. And always, always, always when the opportunity presents itself. Rebuke the culture. The whole damn culture.
This is an extortion case. This is a shakedown. And I didn't need my lawyer to tell me this, to say this, but, I'm going to echo her words. We won't be shaken down. And believe me, it's bothering me not to talk about the skit, because Annie and I have been talking about it, and there's some very valid things I feel like I have to say or want to say, but just can't at this time. And I'm no coward. I'm not running from anything, and I'm not guilty of anything. It's the reason why I won't turn my mentions off on my Instagram. It's the reason why, I'm not deleting any of my old posts. And I would love to address it head on. Tony Montana, Scarface, balcony scene, shooting 1,000 Colombians. But I can't. This is an extortion.
There was no accountability taken. We don't care if it's an extortion case. I don't care if it's an extortion case. I really don't. I saw the video. Take accountability for that disgusting, inappropriate skit. Take accountability. I leave it in the Most High's hands to judge this situation righteously. Rebuke the culture. Peace and blessings, family.